right, what is up, folks? Welcome back to yet another video here in the Florida Keys. So I just dropped my kayak off here at the boat ramp, and today we're gonna be fishing one of my favorite places to fish. Obviously, you guys know I love fishing down here in the Keys, but right behind me over there, behind the mangroves, is the 7 Mile Bridge. By far the most famous bridge out of all the 42 bridges here in the Florida Keys for sightseeing and for good reason, fishing. So we got the kayak fully packed up, whole bunch of rods, got some live shrimp in here, and also brought a speaky to catch our own bait. So just yesterday I was out on the kayak. You guys hopefully saw that video, and it was a very stellar day. I caught my first ever permit, my new PB permit, as well as a PB tarpon, estimated around 6 feet long. So some absolutely giant fish were caught in this yak yesterday, and gonna try to do the same thing today, just at a different spot, maybe a little bit different techniques. I did bring the cooler too, so try to get some fish for dinner. So without further ado, let's get in the yak, start pedaling around. It is a little bit windy today, but it's 80 degrees, beautiful. I got the life jacket. Should be fine. Let's get out there, start catching some fish. Yoop. Whoa. All right, baby. Let's get the show on the road. All right, folks, I've only ever fished down here underneath the 7 Mile Bridge in the kayak once before, and approached it very differently. I came out here with a bunch of dead pilchards, set up with a chum bag, and just kind of chummed up a bunch of snappers. So today I'd still love to catch some snappers, hence why I got some shrimp sitting there in the back of the yak. But after yesterday's success on artificial, I think I'm gonna do a lot of artificial fishing today, and that's how we're gonna get started this morning. So I'm gonna start off trolling around this little X-Wrap right here. We're probably gonna be cruising around 2 miles an hour until we get out to the deeper water. I don't really wanna mess around too much in the shallow stuff. So we're gonna try to get maybe a mile, 2 miles out and in the middle of the bridge. Again, we got a little bit of a chop on the water today, so might get a little bit wet, but we should have no problem dealing with a little bit of chop. So just gonna troll around this little X-Wrap here for about a mile or so if we find any good structure, and then we'll post up, slow down the fishing, and just try to get some fish in the boat. So stay tuned. This guy's got a little yellow jack, it looks like. And there's Fred the tree, way out here in the middle of the 7 Mile Bridge. Just goes to show life always finds a way, I guess. Just sitting there in the middle of all this concrete and salt water. There's a freaking pine tree. So currently about 2 miles into our pedal here, down the 7 Mile Bridge, looking for some deeper water where we're gonna post up. No bites yet on the trolling rod, but either way, we got maybe another mile of paddling ahead of us before we switch up and post up, do some bait fishing, try to get some fish in the cooler. So let's keep on trolling, see what happens. All right, so no love here on the troll. Time to switch up techniques for the time being. Didn't get our big old tarpon, jack, cuda bite we were looking for, so let's downsize, try to get some fun fish. It is a little bit sporty out here, I'll tell you that. Definitely the roughest I've fished in the kayak, so still not too bad though. We're here in the Keys, we got plenty of reefs surrounding us. So let's grab ourselves a shrimp out of the back here. Time to do some fun fishing. Boom. Let's just nestle ourselves underneath the bridge over here. So right now I'm underneath the old bridge that was destroyed in a couple hurricanes before that built a new bridge here. So there's a lot of fallen debris and whatnot since this bridge has been here since early 1900s. So let's get ourselves right up close to one of these pylons and just casting out a little shrimp here on a Carolina rig. I haven't switched up the rigging since the last time I did some bridge fishing. Only difference is this time I'm in the kayak. So there we are, cast right down to the base so we can't find ourselves some little snappers for dinner. Only brought 2 dozen shrimp out here, so we're probably not going to last too long doing this. It's also incredibly difficult to fish baits with this wind and chop right now. It'd actually be a lot easier just to fish off the top of the bridge, but the 7 Mile Bridge is one of a couple bridges here in the Keys you actually can't fish standing on top of, at least the whole way. There we go. We're on. Fish on. A little tiny strawberry grouper right there. Our first catch of the day. Nice to get on the board, but definitely not the fish I'm looking to catch right now. There we are. Fish on. Fish on. Fish on. We got a little mangrove right there. Boom. Not a giant one at all. Probably a little 8-incher right there. Let's give him a quick little measure. 10.5 inches right there. He would actually keep, but that guy is a micro, and hopefully we're gonna catch some bigger ones. So these are our schooling fish. Let's get another shrimp out there. Finally got the desired species. It is definitely a bit sporty to be doing some bait fishing. So, good thing only brought 2 dozen shrimp out. Probably be through those pretty quickly. But see if we can't get a bigger snapper out of this little hole. Oh, damn. There we are. On. Feels like a nicer one. Oh, yellowtail. That guy will keep too. There we go. I'll take a kayak, keeper yellowtail any day of the week. There we are. No monsters, but came out here to get a little bit of meat with some shrimps. First keeper of the day. They are just smoking my shrimp down here. Instant bites, but they're all pretty small fish. We're just bouncing around these pilings over here, making 1 or 2 casts at each one, see if we're getting bit, just because there's so much structure. 7 miles actually to fish out here. Had a little bit of a bite over there, but I'm pretty sure a shark moved in, because out of nowhere the fish just stopped chewing whatsoever. So it's probably schools all over these pilings. Just gonna see if we can't snag a couple more. There's a bite already. There we are, fish home. That's a good fish there. Feels bigger. Oh, bigger mangrove. That'll keep for sure. And he swallowed the hook too, so definitely gonna keep this guy. One more fish to our 10 snapper aggregate down here in Florida. Sweet. Boom. Cast back behind that piling. Right there in that eddy. This fish should be chewing. There we are, on again. Another yellowtail. Oh, there's my shrimp. Come back here. Got our shrimp, dropped the yellowtail. Just a little short anyway. Wow, that's a beautiful size shrimp right there. Decent sized shrimp right there. This guy should get smoked. See if he can't convince a bigger snapper to come off this piling. There we are. Fish home. Fish home. Bigger guy there. Oh my gosh. Let's go, baby. Now that's a pretty awesome catch right there. Little hogfish. So these guys are out of season till April 1st. A couple more weeks and we probably could have kept this guy. Not a really bad size one, although they get way bigger than this. Such a cool looking fish. All right, see you, buddy. Oh, there he goes. Had to give him a little bit of a nudge. All right, sweet. Let's get back over to that piling. There we are, fish home. Fish home. Feels nice. Oh, it's a grunt. No. Not my desired species. These guys aren't that bad eating, but I don't really feel like keeping a grunt right now, so send them back. Boom. There we are, fish home, fish home. Big fish there. Big old guy. Oh, big mega hogfish. Mega hog. Oh, baby. That's a giant freaking hogfish. Oh my God. That is a beast of a hogfish, bro. Check that guy out. What? I wish it was April already. These guys are so good to eat. Let's get that hook out and send him back real quick. That is a beautiful specimen of a hogfish right there. All right, very sensitive fish, so let's send this guy back. Boom, there he goes. Woo! But definitely a cool catch getting underneath my belt for this day. I was really starting to lose hope just because the conditions are not that good, but we're getting a slow pick so far on the shrimp, and we haven't even thrown around the artificials yet. All right, let's get our nose back up on the bridge here. Surprised how many hogfish we're catching. I really thought it was gonna be a majority snapper, maybe yellowjack bite, but caught more hogfish than we have keeper mangroves and yellowtails. And that one was, wow, that was a really good sized hogfish. There we are, fish on, fish on. Smoked it. Little tiny grouper. Lots of little guys out here today. They only got like 3 or 4 more shrimp though, so pretty soon we're gonna have to switch up techniques. There's some artificials around, which should yield us some bigger fish, although probably gonna get less bites. All right, and there we go. That's our last shrimp of the 2 dozen we brought out here. Let's see if this piling's our golden ticket on our last shrimp of the day. There's a bite. There we are, fish on. Good fish, good fish. Oh no, thought it was a good fish, but yes, that's our golden ticket, baby. Haha! You can't make it up. Last shrimp of the day. A little schoolmaster snapper right there. That is awesome, man. Not sure the regulations on this, guys. I'm gonna look him up, but that is a beautiful and pretty fantastic last catch on the bait. Another species, baby. All right, these guys got to be 10 inches here. So line them up on the 0, boom, and yeah, just clears 10 inches. That's a little sandwich size schoolmaster for us right there. Beautiful. Not a giant, but he'll taste just fine on some brioche buns with a little blackening seasoning. Yoop. So we got a pretty decent haul on the bait fishing front so far. Was able to catch a couple snapper species, including a keeper, schoolmaster, mangrove, and yellowtail. Also caught my new PB hogfish, which is pretty unexpected, as well as a bunch of other smaller junk species. But now that we're out of shrimp, we can focus on trying to get those bigger bites. Throw my new favorite lure, the Nomad Squid Trex. If you guys didn't watch the last video, definitely check it out. This bait here generated some absolutely giant bites. So that's what I'm hoping for right now. Ideally some species that we can bring home with us for dinner. So we're fishing this 1/2 ounce Squid Trex on our VSX 100, South Fork Rod Company custom rod. And just gonna be pitching it into the back eddies of all these pilings. Letting it sink to the bottom, shouldn't take too long. And just giving it a little twitch, let it sink again, twitch, let it sink. And we're just gonna slowly make our way back to where we started. We're about 3 miles from the ramps. We've got a hell of a way to go. Also got some rain pushing in on the horizon. Whew. Well, that turned pretty quickly. Headed back in the car right now, just got off the water in a mad scramble. It got super rough. We have a front that was supposed to come through tonight, and I guess it's on its way through now. The temperature dropped like 8 degrees. It was 85 earlier. Now it's 77. So yeah, those winds in the kayak and the 7-mile bridge at the top of the tide were really not boding well together. So caught some fish today. Wish I would have had more time on the water. Part of the blame is on me though. I definitely could have got up a little bit earlier, but for some reason I just couldn't sleep last night and ended up sleeping until like 8:30. So either way, we had a decent day of fun fishing on the 7-mile bridge. Caught a schoolmaster snapper, which was pretty cool. Caught my new PB hogfish, which was actually pretty sweet. Probably should have measured that guy, but I'll hopefully catch a bigger one when the season's open. And we got a couple fish in the cooler as well. So overall, decent day of fun fishing on there. on the yak. Thank God we bought those shrimp because the artificial was just not getting chewed for whatever reason. I think it might have been due a little bit just the fact that it was so windy and rough. I just couldn't get that vertical presentation that I was trying to. Also, the fish are just super spread out on these bridges, and it's just kind of luck to find that school. So I've got a couple days left down here in the Keys. Gonna be fishing as hard as ever, so I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow. You.